to my channel. Hey yo, listen up, yeah. Hey yo, the Wireless Woman.
You in charge of the girls, right?
I am in charge of the girls.
Are you in charge of the girls?
I am in charge of the girls.
Okay.
All right. Hey, yo, Wi-Fi's. Welcome back to yet another underground transmission of the Wireless Woman. Go ahead and do me that big favor. On your way in, you already know the drill. Like this video. Why? Because when you like it, well, I love it. And if you haven't already, for whatever insane reason, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And click the bell for notifications of when I go live and when I upload new content, especially since it's so sporadic these days. But you already know, I belong to you.
I belong to you.
I am nothing if not a servant of the people. So today we are here to talk about the tale of two Black cities. It would appear that Black men and Black women are on two different planets. This is almost like a page out of Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. But unfortunately, the things that should make us complementary to each other have created competition and conflict. Black women are moving forward into the future with many different prospects, exploring things that have been previously denied to them for centuries, millennia maybe even. And at the same time, men are taking large strides back. It hasn't been not one single maybe live podcast that I've listened to where men have not been espousing themselves to the values, moral systems of the 50s and the 60s. And what's odd is that men picked a time frame that most of them who talk about it have not even lived in, have no first person knowledge of. And because a lot of men die before women do, most of the oral historians of the time have been women. And for the men who have not sat down with these women to talk to them about what their actual first person experiences of these time frames have been, they have been romanticizing something that is a figment of their imagination. And it reminds me of the same rhetoric I hear when white people and white men speak about making America great again and go back into the bowels of the past to find something that spoke to a time when one group of people were superior to others. And the reason why this is so problematic is because we have worked for the last 50 or 60, 70 years to remove the stigma and the stain of this type of oppression off of our society, and particularly the Black community, just to take these huge steps back. It's particularly problematic because while Black women are doing everything that they can, being encouraged and told by Black elites to hold on to the Black man has been holding on to the patriarchy. And the patriarchy is driving him back into a place where men ruled the world. It's like the time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. I mean, we're going so far backwards that it's almost prehistoric. We're going back to times before there was even technology, media, access to information. These things have given not only women, but minorities as a whole the equal footing and infrastructure to be able to compete in a more fair way for scarce resources. Why would you want to take us back to a literal, quote unquote, dark age? And the reason why is because these men live in a city, live in a place where even if they're at the bottom rung of all men, being able to be over some group of women, which we know is not even going to be these men's groups of women, because these men have placed their women on a pedestal above the Black man. And that is why we see these men these black men punching down on black women. That's all they have to possess. And they are holding on to the dying reins of patriarchy for dear life because they want it to give them what they saw it award to other men, which was their place in manhood. I always talk about black people being a people without a nation. And because we are within this country, but a people without a quote unquote nation of origin, we're not African. And I know that some people need us to be in order to feel like they have some sort of hegemony with some group of people. But we are not that. We have been cut from African cloth through the colonization in this country. Most black people most black people are 1/4 to 1/16 white on some level. Many of them share some of the same exact DNA strains and lineage as white people. And that makes us inherently different than Africans. With that being said, we're also inherently different than the Europeans who have raped, pillaged, and oppressed our community because we don't have a language, a nation of origin from which to claim our lineage. And the sad part is, we're constantly being told in this country to go back to a place that we have never been when we were not the ones that stole and took someone else's land in order to inhabit it with our own kind and our own people. So for that reason, we're caught between these two dynamics. We're a people without a nation. And that is what black men are. They're a man without patriarchy. And misogyny allows them access into patriarchy through being able to sacrifice their women, use their women as social currency. They won't put us on the pedestal to make us desirable, but if they can merchandise us, market us as being the workhorses, as being the birth people, is that what they call them? Birth persons of the community, then they at least have something to leverage, something to give white patriarchy that makes their existence worthwhile. And we have to understand that that's the desperate scarcity that we're dealing with. We are not dealing with a group of men who have access to resources. We are their resource. And that's the reason why we're living in this tale of two cities, because black women are out here getting the resources, houses, degrees, businesses. And they're doing that without a counterpart. You know, I told you in some of my older videos, I had Hispanic neighbors, and you would see the men going out and, doing the construction work, and you would see the women coming out and doing the consulting. They would be writing up your invoices and estimates and ordering supplies. They worked in a partnership. You go into an Asian nail salon, you got women down there in the pedicure bowls, you got men doing manicures, and no one ever says, oh, this is a woman's work. Oh, we're the men, we're the head. No, they work shoulder to shoulder. They work in one nation, in one city. But the black community has been the tale of two cities. And we are at the precipice of being able to see the disparity between what is successful, what is profitable about our community versus what is detrimental. And that is the fear of exposure. So I'm over on TikTok with some of my girlfriends, and we are doing something that's called No Nigga November. It's hashtag 3N30. Hashtag 3N30. And y'all know me. I've been no niggering for a long time.
This nigga here, that nigga there.
And over here on my content, I've done a lot of content around relationships and dating, but we are not in that place anymore. We're not in the place where we can wait on our deliverance to come from the section of the population who has shown us they don't have the ability to rescue.
And all bitches are the same, just like my hoes, I keep them broke.
They're looking to be rescued. And so, as my ode to No Nigga November, I am going to be continuing my work that I started already. Y'all know you can go back weeks ago to my Decentering Men video to bring content to women who desire to be the best versions of themselves. And if the best version of yourself doesn't bring you the best partner that you could have, well, baby, it's a problem with the partnering. It's a problem over here, because that's all you can ask for from any one person, from any one group who's taking care of the whole entire rest of the community, which is to do your best and to be your best.
They should have never gave you niggas money. You don't know how to appreciate it.
And we're going to center having access, not to men, but to resources, to education, to peace, to rest, to reciprocity. And if you see what I see, baby, if you feel as I feel.
But if you see what I see, if you feel as I feel, and if you would seek as I seek.
Go ahead and drop that fire headphones emoji in the comments. I look forward to engaging with you there. But until the next transmission, y'all already know the drill. You can clock out for me.
Now this is your place, but I am in charge of the girls. You can just kiss my ass.